Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to another interactive pick a card reading. And in this video, we're going to be guiding your intuition with some trigger words. And if you're new to this, I'm going to explain to you briefly what this is about. So this is basically like a real tarot reading, almost pretty close to a real tarot reading, because you get to pick from 3 cards. So you have 3 options, and you can have any question in mind, whatever you would like, and the card that you choose is going to give you an answer, hopefully. And so I'm just going to do a little bit of shuffling, and in order to, like I said, enhance your intuition, I picked 3 words that I'm going to be relating to each card. So 1 word to each card. And if you find that you resonate with the word, the meaning, the sound, the feeling that you get from the word, then that's the card for you. So the first word and the first card that we're going to be picking, the first word is change. And I'm going to repeat it a few times. Change. 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 Okay. So that's the first card. And if you already are 100% sure that this is what you want to pick, then you can go ahead and skip to that part of the video. You will find the timestamps in the description or possibly in the comment section as well. But if you want to listen to the other options, just keep watching the video and you will have plenty of time to decide. So the next one is security. 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 Okay. So that's the second option. And the third one is truth. 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 So once again, you may connect with the meaning of the word or what it means to you specifically at this time. Or you can also connect with the sound, the way it sounds. And so I'm going to repeat each word one more time, and then you can If you chose the first one, you can just keep watching, or if you choose another card, then you can skip to that part of the video. So the first one was change. 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 Security. 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 Truth. 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 Okay. So, change. Let's see what we have. And we have the card Empress. Empress is a major arcana card, and therefore it represents major life themes, life events, tendencies, things that are important. And the Empress is the archetypal mother figure. It's a really, really beautiful card. So, if you had a question in mind, even if you didn't verbalize it, you might have had a question even without words. The Empress is telling you that you are safe, whatever you're going through right now, whatever kind of change is happening in your life. The Empress is your guardian angel. And the Empress is always a wonderful card to have. And I have told this story before, and I think I'm going to tell you again now, because why not? So this deck that I'm using right now was my very first tarot deck, and was given to me by a friend who gave me my first tarot reading and who was introducing me into the tarot. And the card I'm holding right now, the Empress, represented the relationship between me and the tarot. It's the very first tarot card that I've ever drawn in my life. And the question was what my relationship to the tarot would be. And it's been a long-lasting, wonderful journey, and I've just been feeling so incredibly blessed by this encounter with the tarot. I'm feeling so supported by it on many levels. And the Empress is telling you that there's something similar happening in your life right now. In certain cases, it might mean actual motherhood as well. But it can be metaphorical as well. It can mean that you are starting to embark on a journey and make some changes where you're going to be fully supported by the universe, and you're going to experience this loving, gentle support every step of the way. And it's also a sign that you're making a good decision. So I hope that answered your question, but if it didn't, let me know in the comments section, and let me know what your question was, and we can work out the answer. Security was your word. And the card we have for you is the Two of Pentacles. It's a really gorgeous card, isn't it? The Two of Pentacles is earth, so it has everything to do with the material plane of existence. And chances are, if you asked about security, your question is in some way related to either finances or health, or some level of, the basic level of the Maslow pyramid. And in some way, you're asking about the basis of your existence. And security, it's interesting that we have the Two of Pentacles here, because as you can see, there's a snake swirling around the Two Pentacles, which are two yin yangs. And there's this snake forming an infinity sign around the Two Pentacles. And it's one of my favorite cards in this deck because it's just so perfect. It represents the message of the card just really well. And what this card is about, in case you haven't guessed yet, it's about change. And it's interesting that for the word change, we had something that represented security and comfort and safety. And for you and for your word, we have something that represents change and things being in flux and everything being a process, and kind of juggling these opposing forces or these different things in your life, and trying to find balance. And so what this card is telling me is that true security for you is not static. It's not. So if you're expecting your sense of security to come from a lack of change, then you're on the wrong path. But if you understand that nothing is really 100% certain, and that things really come and go, and that's just the way it is. And when you can ease into that feeling, that knowledge, when you can enjoy it and be comfortable with it, that's where you find your security. So you need to be looking for the inner peace that comes from knowing that everything is always changing, that there's not a fixed point, not a stable, solid thing in our life. Nothing is untouchable. Everything can be taken away from us in a second, and every dire situation can be turned around in the blink of an eye. So it goes both ways, the positive and the negative, both things they come and go, and they kind of exchange one another in our lives. And that's just how it is. And anyone who can make their peace with that and know that whenever there's something horrible going on, there's something good coming right after. It's a very simple piece of knowledge, but it's so important to remind ourselves that it's true. It is simply true that whenever you're dealing with something difficult, it's eventually going to end and something better is going to come. But then you don't need to, or you shouldn't get too comfortable with when things are going well, because you know that there's gonna come a time again when you're gonna lose that. And knowing that this is just how things are is the security that you are looking for. If you have that, then you have nothing to lose. Truth. Let's see what we have here. We have the Queen of Cups for you. And that's a lovely card. It's really, there's a lot of tranquility and just healing energies coming from the Queen of Cups. And so, when you're looking for truth, sometimes you're ready to find things that are ugly, things that are horrible, that are unbearable, untakeable, and you sometimes kind of go into looking for the truth. You go into it thinking, I need to, brace myself because who knows what I'm gonna find. And the Queen of Cups is here to tell you that maybe the truth and finding out the truth doesn't have to be a painful process. Maybe the truth isn't as painful as you think it would be. The Queen of Cups is all about healing and emotional healing mostly. And so it could also refer to the healing properties of truth, admitting the truth to ourselves, finding out the truth about ourselves, telling the truth to another person. The truth can be extremely healing when used in an appropriate way. And the Queen of Cups is here to remind you of that. And she's also telling you that, just like I said in the beginning, if you're on a quest to find out the truth about something or to tell someone the truth, you need to remember that it doesn't necessarily have to be a brutal, painful experience for anyone. That there's a diplomatic, tactful, sensitive way to discover and to tell the truth. And it's not disingenuous, it's still being truthful, but also being loving and gentle. So the Queen of Cups, I think I said swords a few times because the Queen of Swords is usually the truth seeker. She's this ruthless critique that is not afraid to say it how she sees it. But we have the Queen of Cups here, so in your case, that doesn't have to be so intense, and your focus should be on healing and recovery and a wholesome emotional experience. So I hope that answered your question, but in case it didn't, let me know in the comment section and I'll try to work it out what the cards would like to tell you. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next video.